stream. Um, First of all, I'd like to apologize for not streaming yesterday. Uh, Whenever things come up, unfortunately, I don't have a choice. But I'll try to actually, maybe depending on how these two streams go, I'll try to maybe reserve one stream for Saturdays, every single time I go live. Right, so I genuinely apologize for not streaming yesterday. Something really crazy just came up. Not crazy, but important came up, and I had to attend to it. So Quinlan Salkilld versus Yanal Ashmouz. Vivo said hi. Welcome to the stream, Vivo. Um, Alonso Ochoa. Alonso Ochoa said hi. Welcome to the stream, Alonso. Um, it's the first time I'm seeing you guys' name, so welcome to the stream, man. So Yanal Ashmouz versus Quinlan Salkilld. Even though I get why Quinlan Salkilld is the favorite in this particular fight. I mean, minus 550 is crazy. Especially because even though I'm not a massive fan of Yanal Ashmouz, I still genuinely feel like he is not that bad for him to be such a massive underdog. I apologize. For some reason YouTube has this tendency of it kicked me out of my stream and then showed me a short. I don't understand why they would do such a thing. But anyway, I mean it's their platform. What can I say? So as I was saying, um, Quinlan, I generally, as I was saying, I feel like Yanal Ashmouz should not be such a massive underdog, especially considering Quinlan Salkild's only win in the UFC is Anshul Jubilee. And I will say, even though I know a lot of people are crapping on Anshul Jubilee, they don't think he's that good. And obviously, a large part of me might might agree with that particular sentiment. But I still do feel like Anshul Jubilee was not too horrible of a win. I just don't feel like Quinlan Salkilld should actually be this much of a favorite. I guess he's going to have to show that he is actually supposed to be this massive of a favorite. Obviously, my subscribers and I have gone with Quinlan Salkilld. I generally think he is better, but I will break him down right now. As far as reach, Salkilld has a 70. No, not a 70. Um, Quinlan Salkilld has a 7% inch reach advantage, which is massive. As far as finishing abilities, both of them have a 75% finishing rate, so it's basically equal. So no one has an advantage. As far as striking, Salkilld has a lot of volume, which I think is going to work massively in his favor. I think he's going to be throwing nearly twice as much as Yanal Ashmouz, which might give him a bit of an advantage. Offensively, I would say Salkilld is a bit more of the better technical striker. However, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Yanal Ashmouz is terrible at striking, right? Because I still feel like he is also pretty decent. Defensively, it's more or less the same thing. Also, for me, I generally feel like it's more or less they are both on even ground. So on the feet, I think it's going to be very close. Um, Paulo Pilio, what do you think about Jacob versus John Sangyo? I actually already broke that fight down. If you want to check that out, click on the channel and go to the live section of the channel. You'll see all the fights that I've broken down. All the shorts. The short section of the channel is the biggest part of the channel. So I can't remember a lot of what I said, but I did a bit of research and I actually gave my input on that particular video. There's statistics also on the short section of the channel. So if you want something quickly, then you can go to the shorts section of the channel. So I generally feel like on the feed, the fight between Yanal Ashmouz and Quinlan Salkilld is going to be very evenly matched. But I think Salkild's 7 each reach advantage is going to heavily favor um, Quinlan Salkilld. Paulo, I picked Jensen Yo. I don't think Jega is that great, even though he has a bit more of the UFC experience. So as I was saying, I feel like on the feed, it's going to be a very close fight. However, the reach advantage, the 7 inch reach advantage that Quinlan Salkilld has, I think is going to give him a bit of an edge, and he might be able to land something massive. And let's go to the grappling. As far as grappling, um, you know what? I think both of them are pretty decent. But obviously, Quinlan Salkilld shoots so many takedowns that it's highly likely that he's going to be a little bit more successful than Yanal Ashmouz. But it's not just about the frequency of takedowns. Obviously, Salkilld lands like around 40% of those takedowns, so he actually does have the ability to take you down. But beyond that, I feel like Salkild's but again, defensive grappling is what's going to be the difference maker in this particular fight. Quinlan Salkild has good takedown defense, and Yanal Ashmouz has terrible takedown defense. Not terrible, but not good. Let me just say bad takedown defense. And I feel like there's going to be a very, very important aspect of how the fight plays out. If the fight is a little bit risky on the feet, which I think is probably going to be, I can see Salkill taking the fight to the ground and actually finding maybe a submission or maybe ground and pound. So yeah, I'm just a little bit worried because so far in the UFC, Salkild's only good win, or rather Salkild's only win is Anshul Jubilee, and I don't know how good that is, but yeah, I'm still going with him. My subscribers and I are picking Quinlan Salkild to get this one done. But I generally don't think Yanala Shmooze should be this much of an underdog, especially considering the experience he has in the UFC. Um, I'm going to break down the last fight on this particular card. If you wish to join me, let's go there. Don't forget to join me later for the watch along. So yeah, if you want to join me, let's go to the next fight. Just click on the channel. You'll see it in the live section of the channel. Um, until then, deuces.